Hello, everybody, and welcome to the great city of Costa Mesa on another perfect day in Costa Mesa. We have good weather, sunny weather, and a great weekend coming up. This is a Friday for those people that are watching this on another day. So everybody's really excited about the beginning of November. We made it through October, and that's great. I want to start by telling you about one of the very, very best days of my life. It was January 14th, 1979. Now, does anybody know why January 14th, 1979 was one of the greatest days of my life? It's because that's the day that I got my driver's license. That's right. Now, 6 months before I got my driver's license, I got my permit, my driver's permit. And, you know, it's like Forrest Gump. Every place he went when he was running, from the time I was 15 and a half, every place I went, I was driving. And the reason it was exciting for me to get my driver's license is because it created a great deal of independence. Independence in me. I could go anywhere where my parents couldn't even imagine the places I would be, and they would never want to know some of the places that I went. After I got my driver's license, I immediately went up that very day and visited my sister in Bakersfield, California. I was so excited to be so far away, all by myself, driving all by myself with that independence. So then, you know, for years and years, you have that independence and you kind of take it for granted sometimes. But then over time, as you get older and as our citizens age and become senior citizens, I'm now a senior citizen, and you know, you can't drive anymore. Sometimes for various health reasons or economic reasons, you can't drive anymore. And just like that 16-year-old who was so excited to get his independence, and we all probably had a similar experience when we got our driver's license, it is equally crushing when you lose that independence, when you can't drive anymore, right? So what we're doing here today is to celebrate independence for our seniors, independence that for whatever reason, whether it's health reasons or economic reasons, they don't have the independence that they once had. And here in the great city of Costa Mesa, working with Circuit, we've created a solution to that. Our community is getting older, our country is getting older, and as they lose the independence of driving, they can have mobility through this program that we're going to hear about. It's so important. It's so important for people's heart and soul and psychological health to be independent as long as possible. What we're doing here is not just getting people around the city, but really extending lives, because once you lose your independence, it's hard to keep your spirits up. So we're creating good spiritual health, good physical health, and good psychological health in our seniors. They've given everything they have to us, and it's the least we can do to give back. I want to thank the state of California and Clean Mobility Options program and Circuit for helping us launch this new on-demand rideshare service operating in a designated service. It was the state's $1.5 million grant that made this program possible. Let's Go Costa Mesa will use zero emission electric vehicles to provide needed mobility to seniors on the west side of Costa Mesa, the east side, to go to doctors, shopping, restaurants, whatever they want to do to maintain their independence and their healthy spirit. Let's Go Costa Mesa service area will consist of the west side of Costa Mesa, where we're in right now, College Park in the center of the city, Joann Street, and the surrounding east side, East 17th Street Shopping Center, bounded by East 18th Street and North and East 16th Street on the south. Now, I mentioned her earlier, but I want to especially call out Council Member Arlis Reynolds for being a catalyst and an inspiration for this program, and really somebody who's been dedicated to improve mobility options, make it safer for people to get out of their cars, whether they get out of their cars voluntarily or or if they're unable to be in their cars, but she is really helping us. She is our beacon of light on the city council, and I've learned so much from her over the years, and you'll hear her speak in a moment. The increased access also, the more people can get around, the more they can do shopping in the city of Costa Mesa, and it's a great thing to do. I'm grateful to my fellow council members who really supported this program. You cannot do it without council members pushing those green buttons. So thank you very much to my colleagues. You also can't do it without a strong staff and a strong city management. And for that reason, I'm very pleased to announce our next speaker on the run of show, our city manager, Lori-Ann Farrell-Harrison.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lori-Ann Farrell-Harrison, city manager, and it's my I'm just thrilled to be here today to be able to launch this incredible private and public partnership. Very rarely do we have the opportunity to partner with the private sector and the state to actually bring about change in a community, to bring services in areas where there are gaps, to be able to address needs that exist in every single part of our community. And so today is a really exciting day for all of us to be able to launch this incredible program. I wanted to echo the mayor's statements about how unique this program is, even within Orange County and throughout the state. And it's an incredible opportunity with $1.5 million to bring to bear to actually be able to not just help our seniors, but some of our low-income residents and anybody who might need access to transportation to get to a destination that they need to get to, whether it be healthcare, whether it be, for a special occasion, whether it be for groceries or any other need that they may have to go to the pharmacy to get their medications, to see a physician. These are all really important things that some sectors of our community, they just don't have the opportunity to do that. And this will make it that much easier. And so I'm really thrilled to be able to launch this today. I really want to thank our mayor and city council. As a city manager, it's really important to be in a city that shares the values that you have as a public servant. We're all at the city very much interested in public service, and we have a passion for it. It's a calling. And I feel like we're so aligned in the vision for this city and for making sure that we are being not just environmentally friendly, but that we're doing it in a way that's equitable and that's reaching all those different parts of the community that we need to reach. I really want to thank our mayor and city council for supporting this program. I remember when Council Member Arlis Reynolds mentioned it to us, she said we had this unique opportunity, and she's been the brainchild of this along with the mayor, but she really did bring this idea to Raja and myself. Raja and I sat, we talked about it. We spoke to a neighboring city that had a similar program, and we heard about the excitement there in the community and how it really did fill in those gaps and provide a much needed service in the community, and was overwhelmingly so popular that it's still been continuing even beyond the funding. And so we're really excited to be able to do this in Costa Mesa as well. And now I'll turn it over to our Council Member Arlis Reynolds, who has been the champion of making sure that we have equitable transportation, that we are doing a mode shift within the city, and that we're doing it in a way that's environmentally sustainable, that is clean, that is emission-free, and that's also advantageous to every single part of our community. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Council Member Arlis Reynolds.
All right. Well, I guess there's a parade up in Los Angeles, but this is absolutely the place I want to be today, in Costa Mesa, with everyone who's been part of this project to celebrate the launch of our new shuttle program. I really want to thank you all for being here. It's absolutely a team effort. The team at Circuit and Kurt Pringle Associates brought this opportunity to us, and it was wonderful to just have it embraced right off the bat. And it's I'm still pinching myself that we're here today launching the program. As many of you know, I've been advocating for mobility improvements since I arrived on the City Council in 2018. So this is a really, really exciting day. We have been working on all types of mobility in Costa Mesa. We hired an active transportation coordinator. We created a position to make sure that we had sustained focus on mobility, all types of mobility in the city. We approved a pedestrian master plan to work on improving safe walking in the city. We've been, you can't miss it, we've been investing in bike lanes all around the city, bollards popping up, green and white. We'll have to add some red ones for Christmas if we can. And then today, adding the shuttle is just another piece to that mobility program. And it's really, really exciting because this is a program that actually marries two of my passions, mobility and the environment, which has also been a focus of our council. The funding comes from the California Clean Mobility Options Program, which is part of the California Climate Investments, a statewide initiative that puts billions of cap and trade dollars to work by reducing greenhouse gas emissions, also strengthening the economy, also improving public health, also supporting our environment, and particularly focused on our traditionally underserved communities. I hadn't realized this. 28% of daily trips, 1 mile or less, use fossil fuel vehicles. So by partnering with Circuit to use electric vehicles to replace those daily trips, we're encouraging a cleaner option, reducing greenhouse gas emissions in our city. Ride sharing, in addition, has other benefits. You can save money on parking and gas, reduces traffic congestion by taking vehicles off the road. I think they're quieter too. And if more people would take part in ride sharing, overall congestion would decrease. Another important thing is creating access for the residents of Costa Mesa. We have so many amazing places in Costa Mesa to visit, especially on the west side. With the Northgate Mercado opening up in one corner of the west side, we've got our beautiful Fairview Park in another corner, Triangle Square, our downtown civic center, and in a couple years, we're gonna have a new 400-acre park at the Randall Preserve. Amazing places to visit on the west side, and we wanna make sure Costa Mesans can access those places regardless of their current mobility situation. The mayor also mentioned independence for seniors, independence for other residents. Several of us recently participated in a national campaign called the Week Without Driving, which raises awareness for the experiences of people who don't have ready access to a car. They may be seniors who've lost their licenses because of age. It may be people living with a disability who cannot get licenses or cannot operate a vehicle. It may be younger people in our city or people who can't afford the extraordinary costs of car ownership. So this program is improving access in our city for residents who may be suffering from limited options and suffering from loneliness. And so we're checking a lot of boxes with this program. I'm so excited. I want to thank our state partners for the grant and our public works team, of course, for helping to make this happen. I look forward to many Let's Go Costa Mesa trips. Vamos, Costa Mesa. And I'll introduce our active transportation coordinator, Brett Atencio Thomas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. So excited. Thank you, Councilmember Reynolds. Thank you, Mayor Stevens. Thank you, City Manager. Super excited to be here and to kind of just touch on a couple points about the program. This is, of course, the Costa Mesa Circuit, or Vamos Costa Mesa, or Let's Go Costa Mesa. And when we were sort of thinking about this early on, when it was brought to us, it was really clear where to place this, because there's always been a sort of historic disparity and disconnection between the east side and west side of Costa Mesa, despite the fact that it's one city and one community. And this is really an opportunity for Costa Mesa to provide an additional connection between the east and west side. I think a lot of folks here may realize, and some folks may not, there are census tracts on the west side of Costa Mesa where nearly 11% of households don't have access to a personal automobile. And those households generally skew larger. So there's something like 25% of residents in certain parts of the west side of Costa Mesa simply lack access to a vehicle. We have been making strides as a city to provide more resources, more mobility options for those folks via our expansion of bicycle facilities and pedestrian facilities over the long tenure of our Public Works Director, Raja Setharaman, as well as working with our partners at OCTA to ensure frequent service of our buses. However, this is another mobility option for folks who will be able to hop on their phone, download the Ride Circuit app. They'll be able to hop on their phone and select the location where they're at and their destination within the service area and easily reach that service area, similar to you would with Uber or Lyft or any other on-demand rideshare service. For those folks in our community that don't have access to the internet on their phones, they can also call the service. There's a phone number that'll be available on the vehicles and throughout our marketing materials that will allow folks to access the service that way. And again, this is really at the end of the day about providing opportunities for folks to reach the various opportunity sites throughout our community, be them employment centers, recreation sites, services, schools, et cetera, in our west and east side communities. The service area, as was mentioned, is essentially the west side and College Park south of Joann Street to essentially Federal Avenue, and then south to our city limits, our southern city limits, as well as the east side areas along the East 17th Street shopping district, north to East 18th Street, and then south to East 16th Street. Last thing I want to point out is you may notice that our vehicles are not potentially wrapped at this point. They're not completely wrapped yet. And that's really because we were the first in the program to launch the service. So of all of the folks that won grants throughout the United States for programs similar to this, we are very rapid and really quick because we recognize the need in rolling out this service. And that's why this looks like this. And we're super excited of the branding that you see on the boards here of our various, for the Kia Niros here is the branding here, if you want to take a look there. And then here's the branding for the larger vehicle, which we're calling the GOAT. And for those that don't know the history of the GOAT, it has a long history in Costa Mesa, and I recommend you look it up on the internet.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Joey Juhas-Lekumsky. I'm a program manager at the Shared Use Mobility Center, which along with CalSTART is administrating the Clean Mobility Options Program. And I'm delighted to be here with you and see all this community support and hear just how excited everyone is for this program to launch. As we heard, the City of Costa Mesa is the first program to launch in the second window of the Clean Mobility Options Voucher Pilot Program, which was designed to empower these communities to solve their unique transportation gaps. So we've got this electric shuttle service that's going to help residents get, as we've heard, to medical appointments, grocery shopping, family visits, and expand their access to new mobility solutions that are clean and safe, cutting harmful air pollution, and improving health. So as we also heard, but I'll say it again, Clean Mobility Options is part of California Climate Investments, which is a statewide initiative that puts billions of cap and trade dollars to work reducing greenhouse gas emissions, strengthening the economy, and improving public health and the environment, especially in the historically disadvantaged communities of the state. The program provides funding as well for community-driven projects like this, like bike share programs, car share programs, all in these historically under-resourced communities around the state. There are over 40 awardees. And the idea behind this is that we meet community transportation needs as identified by you, the folks and the residents that are living in these communities through community transportation needs assessments, and to drive forward equitable, accessible, clean transportation options. California is taking a holistic approach, working across this and many other programs to support communities with the greatest economic and environmental challenges. Again, I'm just really grateful to be here, and I would like to thank all the partners that are involved, the City of Costa Mesa, who came together to make this project a reality. I know it's a lot of work, and it's great to see it get off the ground. So again, the state of California, the California Air Resources Board, and the California Energy Commission are proud to support this project. And we look forward to learning about your experiences as a community utilizing it as you go about. So thank you so much again.
For people that are going to be watching this, so the way to do it is download the Ride Circuit app. It says Ride Circuit. And get that app, or the number is 949-828-2065. So that's how you're going to be able to access this. So please put it on your phone, and let's go Costa Mesa. Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3. All right.